Hello, Yannicurm Tubers. Isn't that a weird name? And welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls Mod of Balance with me, BlueAnkylo. I just learned today that this is apparently the Yannicurm Desert. No one ever told me that, but hey, that's what it is. Anyway, last episode we lit up our fourth orb, or crystal, by defeating Tiamat and defeating her tower and floating fortress, so that was pretty cool. She wasn't that difficult, so that was good. The random encounters actually were more of the issue. Friggin' double war mech there last episode. Sorry, spoiler for the last episode. But yeah, anyway, we managed to survive with a little bit of dying and reloading a couple times, but it's all good, it's all good. So for today's episode, lots of ums and ahs. But no, for today's episode we're gonna double check some equipment, and maybe sell some stuff, buy some stuff, as you do in an RPG. And then we will start doing some of the optional dungeons, which assumedly will be pretty easy by now, but we'll see. Also, I can pick up the Excalibur and stuff. Maybe we'll go do that first. Let's zip right on over to the Dwarf Cave. I kind of have a hunch that because we have the Lightbringer, this is not going to be very good, but we'll see. You got yourself an Excalibur. It's really good, it's just not as good as the Lightbringer. So I guess what you could do, you could make an argument to give the knight the Excalibur and then hand me down the Lightbringer. The way the defense values on enemies work would actually suggest this is not the best option, because 74 will not be necessarily enough to get past some enemies' defenses. But this is what we'll do for now. I guess it's all around better than the Sunblade, this Ogre Killer. Except for accuracy. Alright, so anyway, you know, also, theoretically, it's possible the Excalibur does work as super effective against all enemies that are weak to something. So, it might have more damage, sort of hidden or sort of snuck into the formulas that it doesn't show you on the equip screen. So, potentially has some extra hidden value. Let's sell a couple weapons while I'm thinking about it. A couple things that we're not going to use. So, like, I think we're past the point of fire and ice equipment. We're definitely not selling Mjolnir. The light axe is pretty good, but it only casts Dia 1, which is worse than Holy Water. And Holy Water is cheap enough that 15,000 gold worth of Holy Water would be pretty good. Defender sadly only casts Protect 1, which is not particularly useful. So it doesn't have Ruse anymore, which gives you a ton of, or Blink anymore, which has a ton of evasion, so I'm going to sell that. Razor casts Bane, which is terrible spell now at the end of the game, so that's worthless. Vorpal Sword, I don't care about Vorpal Sword. Diamond Gloves. Okay. Hold on to the Sunblade for now. I don't think the Protect Rings are as valuable. Well, we've got 2 equipped, and those are the only 2 people that can equip them, so that's basically it. We've got an extra ribbon that we can't equip, so I'm probably going to sell that. The Protect Cloaks are also not very valuable. I'm going to hold on to the robes and the red cap. I'm not going to hold on to the katana, because we don't have a ninja, and although the Battle Mage can equip it, he's got better stuff he can equip. I'll hold on to the Crystal Mail. I'm not going to hold on to the Cat Claws. We just got the Orichalcum from the Kraken, or sorry, from Tiamat. It's got a lot of accuracy, I gotta say, but I don't think either of those are going to be worth much, now that we're talking like endgame equipment. Like, what is 40 accuracy compared to 23 damage? Like, that's just not... 12 damage for... That's a lot of accuracy, don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's worth... Like, you need the higher damage to break through the enemy's defense, or else you're just doing 1 or 2 damage, so... I'm just gonna sell it. And I'm just gonna sell the Dark Claymore. If I ever regret my decisions, I can rebuy it later if I need to. Okay, that's a lot of money. We got over 500,000 gil, which is definitely good for us for shopping and buying a bunch of Lightbringers for everybody. Which is maybe what we're gonna do. But first off, let's buy some magic for Beret. Also, I should be checking these item shops because I've been using a lot of high potions lately. And a lot of ethers. Actually, you know, seeing as we've got all this money, first and foremost, let's make sure we can survive these long dungeons. With lots of handy-dandy ethers and stuff. We'll go to some of the more expensive item shops later on and pick up maybe some better, like, X potions and stuff, maybe. Okay, so Beret can't learn Zeal, sadly. So the one, like, offensive spell for level 6 I was thinking of, like buffing offensively, that he cannot learn. He can't learn Exit either. The only person in my party that can learn it is Melior, which sucks because I like his black magic for level 6. Vanish, though, we'll give to the Bard, I mean Ranger. And maybe Asuna if he can't learn anything else good here. Quake, you know what? Because he can only learn 3 spells at level 6, I have a bad feeling about his level 7 spells. Like, that's the 3 spells he can learn at level 6. It's fairly likely that's his cap, and that's as high as he's gonna get. Which is fine. I mean, level 7 spells, nobody wants level 7 spells, right? Should I pick up something else for Jade instead of Vanish? Because I could not have double Vanish. He can't learn any other white magic anyway, so all we're talking about is, do I want him to know basically Quake? Would I switch Vanish for Quake? Quake was really good on some enemies. And then we only need, I think one person with Vanish will be enough. Yeah, that's fine. There was definitely situations in the last dungeon where double Quake would have been better. And extra Invis is not that big of a deal. Alright, they're fully black magic level 6 for the most part. Alright. So, technically, I also could remove Protera and replace that with Firaga because of the white robe. Which maybe I'll go do as well, because Firaga was another spell that sometimes there's an enemy weak to fire, and I just wish I had more ability to exploit that weakness. And technically, so yeah, if Beret has Protera anyway, then we can Protera from him and use the white robe on someone else to double stack it in one round if we need to. And that'll be fine. And then that'll give me Firaga access on my Battle Mage. Yeah, I mean, that's... I always said that later on in the game I might come back and reset some of these spells, so... There we go. So now... Scourge, Firaga, Dira. Haste, Scourge, Firaga. Haste, Life, Protera. That's fine. Yeah, that's a pretty good mix. It'll be nice to see level 7 magic if we ever get it, but for now, that's it. So, equipment. Let's start with Gaia, because it's the easiest town to get to that's left. So, just for instance, for magic, like, I'd love to have Enchant, which is basically Saber, except you can cast it on somebody else. And Blizzaga, as always, is nice to have. Top level ice damage. Null magic doesn't matter so much. Diaga might be really good, because there's a lot of enemies that seem to be only weak to Dia, so... Yeah, there's definitely some good stuff there, no doubt about it. Is there anything from these weird shops I'd want? You know, free casts of haste is nice, but we can cover that with our current magic. Slow might have some value. Depends on what you're fighting and if it has, like, what the chances of it inflicting are. I'm gonna stack up some Jolt tonics. And I'm gonna add, not that many, but let's have like 4 emergency exits to get out of, because I didn't buy the exit spell, so if I can just use the item to get out of the Temple of Fiends Revisited, the time travel one. That's probably fine. Stat buffers are definitely potentially useful. Actually, you know what would be really nice? For certain very dangerous boss encounters, being able to raise Melior's max HP so he doesn't get one-shot by nuke might be necessary. So let's pick that up. And then these weapon shops aren't as advanced as the ones by the Onrak and the Oasis. So nothing here is anything I want to buy right now. And, well, this stuff is pretty good, but Brigandine quickens the user, but it has no defense. That sounds pretty bad. Crystal shields. I think that's the first crystal shield. That would be probably an upgrade for Beret. Because he's got 12 defense. That would give him 4 more defense points, guys. We could unequip his ribbon and give him a crystal helm. We got like red hat stuff. I wonder if it's worth picking up the crystal ring for Melior. It would be a fair bit more defense, but he's got the protect ring equipped, right? So 6 defense, and we go up by 4 defense, but we potentially lose death protection. It's probably not worth it. I don't know. I wish I understood the status protections in this game a little bit better. I don't, so we're gonna go to Onrak first to check their shops, and then we'll be going back to the super expensive whatchamacallit, Oasis shop. And then we'll hit up the bonus dungeons. We'll probably get like 1 level up and then immediately get level 7 magic, and then I'll regret everything. Okay, we've got some X potions, X-Men potions. We'll have a good stack. Pretty good. I don't want to spend money on turbo ethers right now, but you know, once I've got all the equipment, maybe. So, Judgment Staff. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna buy a Judgment Staff, and I'm gonna buy a Rune Staff because I just want to see which one gives us more intelligence. 55. Ah, what's this? Music's all messed up. I have like a corrupted one of my it's like a music that I've had on my hard drive for like 20 years. It's like every now and then one song like skips. I don't know how that happens. Hopefully I don't get some weird copyright. Anyway, sorry, what was going on? I just got murdered by my music player. So, intelligence checking. 55 intelligence. We're gonna try the Rune Staff. That's 53. So the Rune Staff is worse than the Wizard Staff. Judgment Staff is 58. So the Judgment Staff is better for intellect. So basically, I don't want to buy the Rune Staff for intelligence. It's the healing one, so that sort of makes sense. So I was going to reload anyway. So Judgment Staff is an upgrade for intellect, so we'll buy it. And I think that's the only one I'm going to buy right now. If you had 2 Giant's Gloves, you could have 2 characters casting Saber on themselves every turn. I've already got a Black Robe. Alright, that's probably the only real upgrade from there we want. I'll hold on to the Wizard Staff because the ability to blind enemies seems pretty good. And then at the other shop, so the Priest Staff cast Heal 1, which is handy. It actually wouldn't be bad to have a couple of those, so 2 people could cast Heal 1 for free, but it's no big deal. And then the Rune Staff, which will cast some healing spell. Could buy another Aegis. I'm gonna buy another Aegis Shield because it's really good. Like that was even better than the Crystal Shield. And yeah, that's probably worth it. And you know, Beret can't equip it anyway. We didn't actually get any Crystal Shields. I could have bought one, I think, in Gaia, right? Alright, that's fine for now. Let's sell this stuff, I guess. That crystal mail. I don't want to sell everything, because some of these might have some hidden value, but... Alright. So the only thing I didn't really buy there was the rune staff for healing, and theoretically we'll get some of that later on. So now we should be able to do even more magic damage from Melior, which is probably good. Boom! Yeah, that's pretty good. And a free ice shield, just what we needed. And if we use his top damage type spells, like Quake... Not bad, not bad. Pretty happy with Beret's damage with his new Lightbringer, hand-me-down. Oh, it's because he's got 4 attacks. Oh! So I don't know what did that. But yeah, Victus is actually more like affinity with the Lightbringer. So by switching to Excalibur, he actually loses 1 attack per round. That is really peculiar. It's not based on your hit rate in the mod of balance. So there's sort of some sort of formula based on your level and I think your not your accuracy, it's like your level and your agility, and then there's like a modifier based on your class and the type of weapon you're trying to equip. I would have thought the Excalibur and the Lightbringer were in the same category of weapons, but apparently not. So losing an attack per round is a pretty big deal. This is where stuff gets really expensive. Looks like the Genji shield has less defense than the Aegis shield. That's a shame. But Genji armor, theoretically... Could buy another Lightbringer. Just have 2 of them. That might be better. It's pretty expensive. What's Victus got equipped for gloves? Just the old diamond gloves? Twist headband. That's... Oh, it's because he's got the ribbon equipped that has low defense. That's why the helmets look better on the up arrows. Yeah. Gonna buy that. It's all around better. Not only does it have all the better stats, it also gives you an extra attack. Oh, that's probably it. It probably gives you more agility. 30 agility. Yeah, it's got +5 to a bunch of stats. So that's why, I mean, of course, that's the formula. It's not affinity. It's just pure stat bonuses. That's pretty good. All right, that explains one thing. Not sure what to do with Jade's weapons right now. I'd like to get a better... Like, everything here is pretty good except maybe the diamond gloves could use an upgrade. Did someone sell crystals? Sorry, I'm confused. I can't remember if there's anyone that actually sold straight up crystal shields or crystal gloves. Maybe that was in Gaia and I just overlooked it because I wanted to save money for Lightbringers. There it is, crystal shields. So that might be worth buying for Beret because he can't equip the Aegis shield. And then the crystal, that's the ring. No crystal gloves, I guess. Crystal helm. Well, it depends on if the ribbon's good or not. It also depends on if crystal gear has like status protection snuck into it, which it actually might. What's he got? He's got the dragon mail, which definitely should have elemental protection. I think I'll buy him the crystal shield because he can't equip the Aegis, and that should be an all-around upgrade. And then the diamond gloves don't impress me too much, but he can't equip the crystal ring anyway. He can't equip any really good rings or like glove slot right now. Huh. I guess that's it for the moment. You know, we spent a bunch of money. We're probably fine. Let's just move along. Alright, so shopping phase done. Only took 20 minutes, you know, the entire episode. It's pretty good. But let's... we could technically go back now and go back in time. But I've been ignoring all of these bonus dungeons, and I think it's time to see, you know, if there's a chance. I think you'll find at this level and equipment set, it should be pretty easy, except for those rare encounters that were murdering us last time, like the Abyss Worm and the, whatever they're all called, the, Abyss Worm. There's a yellow dragon that killed us once. I also kind of think what's happened is most of the random chests in these dungeons has been basically stripped. I don't think the random chests actually have rare loot anymore. It's just random, whatever you want to call it, like consumables, I guess would be the word. I'll still check the top right chest, which may not be here anyway on the first floor. And like you can see, just if you remember when we first tried this after we killed the Lich, we're not being afflicted by status elements quite so easily, and we always one-shot the enemies, so that makes it just a lot quicker, obviously. Ah, there is a chest up here. But I don't think I've ever seen anything rare in the random chests anymore. So I have a feeling the mod of balance has sort of stripped the really rare loot out of them and hid them behind bosses or just added them to shops. Which is good, because a lot of times there was no chance of really seeing some of those crystal armors or Genji armors or whatever. Some of the really rare stuff. I'm pretty sure they even added back in the, there's that one item that you could never get because it was on the wrong floor of the dungeon, the Angel Ring or something. So, I'm pretty sure that's behind one of the one of the optional bosses. Anyway, we'll try to speed through this stuff pretty easily, or pretty quickly, because it's so easy. We're not really getting much experience or value out of them, so... Of course, if we run into an Abyss Worm, that'll be different. I could probably just run from most of these, I suppose. Hey, some more treasure. If I find any useful treasure, then I'll change my tune, but so far, I think those random chests have always been kind of weak. I mean, I can buy speed drinks now, right? It's not that big a deal. I guess I should make sure I've killed all these encounters at least once. Like, I don't know if I've actually wiped these guys out before. Oh yeah, Judgment Staff. Right, I forgot to mention this. One of the perks of buying this thing is free ice too. So that's better than lightning tube. A good. Oh, that's worth it. So there is still stat uppers in the chests. Okay, so that's worth keeping in mind to check them at least, although they might not have rare equipment. Stat uppers are pretty much always going to be a value proposition. So remember when I tried this like 6 times in a row at level 20 or whatever we were, and we always got killed by Abyss Worms and stuff? Oh man, look, it's easy. You don't even fight them and you just get to the floor. So we got 4 bonus bosses down here. One of which guards an extra treasure chest, so I'm kind of thinking of starting with him, which is this one. I'm also just going to do a save, because if I die terribly, I don't want to have to redo the 4 floors. Okay, Ahriman. We're going to cast Null, Magic, Death, whatever, and we're just going to start doing some damage, I guess. I don't know how strong these first bonus bosses are going to be. So he's got Curaga for 300. That's not much. He seems to maybe have pretty good magic defense. So let's try to temper up our knight a little bit. We might not be breaking him with... Ooh, there's... Wow. Alright. 366 damage to Melior. That's considerably more than his max HP. I guess we should have cast Null Blaze, hey? It's a little bit late for that. Let's try to bring him back. And just keep dealing damage, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Victus killed him pretty quickly, so that's good. There's Deathbringer, so Mega Elixir, and we can't get out, yeah. So, I don't think you can cast Warp either. There's no way of skipping that. You just have to redo it a few times. So yeah, Blaze for 366 damage. That's pretty bad news if you're low HP and you don't have status or elemental protection. Is there a way to get elemental protection on Melior? I think the black robe traditionally protected from ice, and the white robe might have protected from fire, if I remember correctly, in the NES version anyway. Anyway, that's one done. Let's keep going. See if I can get the other 3 done real quick. It's going to be a long episode, isn't it? I have a feeling Melior is going to die a lot if this is what we're getting into for all these bosses. Well, everyone loves, sarcastically, the Purple Forest. We'll take the alternate route, at least, because I'm not terribly worried about getting that top right treasure every time. Actually, is this a dead end? Did I go the wrong way? I may have needed to go up one higher on the right side. Yeah. I have not memorized this map perfectly. I'm going fast. Gotta go fast. BlueAnkylo is not like Sonic, but, you know, he understands the gotta go fast mentality. Oddly enough, never really did like speed running. Seriously, you have to go... Oh. The shortcut was not a shortcut. This is what we call a long cut here on this channel. It's when Blue tries to save time and it's a horrible failure. You know what? Everyone gets a BlueAnkylo point. 1 BlueAnkylo point for bearing with me while I go the slow way and miss the treasure anyway. If that was a Mind Plus, I'll be sad. But I don't think it was going to be any real equipment. No, I'll pick up treasures that are on the way, but I might not go out of my way if they're not going to be rare items. Hope you like fighting everything in the forest 4 times in a row. Alright, let's heal up a little bit in case of Abyss Worm. And let's see if we can find some trees. Hey, nice desert. That's the kind of desert I like. Yellow Dragon. Okay, last time we fought, things went very poorly. I believe he uses lightning magic. Let's maybe rely on physical damage. 543 is pretty good. Oh, 1 comet. So yeah, I mean, when we came through, I think we had level 4 spells only. Obviously, level 6 spells are going to make things a lot easier. I don't think I've killed any yellow ogres before. Just gotta get them unlocked for the bestiary once, and then we can move along. Actually, they are worth a fair bit of experience, it turns out. Not so much the goblins. You know what? I can carry more ethers if I want to carry more ethers. You're gonna make me pay for this decision. There's your Thunderbolt. That's what I get for not casting. I think he went before Beret would have anyway. Got our ether anyway. I got it after all, guys. Have I actually killed any pythons recently? What's next? JavaScript bosses? Some programmer humor for you, everybody. Hey, look! We're over 300 HP with the Sage. Alright. You know, well, I was thinking I could just save here and show you all the fights, but that feels disreputable. Alright, let's fight the Cerebrus. Okay, no, not Cerebrus. Alright. I don't know what elements these guys are going to use. Alriman had Blaze, so maybe this guy has Ice. I don't know. Seems like just killing them quickly before they're able to cast their terrible magic might be the best plan. Death magic, eh? Didn't work! Alright, so I did Frost. Let's try Shock. And let's try just to do some damage, I guess. Maybe I should have gone with Null Magic on this fight if he does Death-type attacks. Ah, he's dead. That's not even very strong. Hey, Gaia Gear! That's a new one. So, there's... Generally, I think Gaia Gear is your top defense equipment for Black Wizards in the original game. Let's see if it has any effect on your intellect. 59. 5 less intellect for 15 defense. It's probably worth it. I could lose 5 more intellect and maybe be immune to... I wish I knew for sure if this gave us elemental protection. I'd need a way of testing it out reliably. If the ribbon gave him half damage to Blaze, for instance, that'd be really good. I guess I'll leave the Gaia Gear on for now. And then when I cry about not doing enough magic damage, you know what I'm talking about. So it seems like, so far anyway, the first tier of bonus boss, optional dungeon bonus bosses, like Tiamat, Orichalcum, Stone was weak to stone and poison. Interesting. So if you had the break spell, you may have been able to just one-shot pretty easily. But yeah, it looks like these guys are not very buffed in terms of HP, especially Echidna. So if you tried to fight Echidna at a lower level, it probably would have been more of just a rush, like a DPS race, if you can kill him or her before the nasty spells come out. Because 2000 HP, if you've already killed the Lich, shouldn't be that bad. At least level 4 or 5 magic should give you access to like haste and temper. So you could have done the same strategy just without a Lightbringer. So you wouldn't have done 1000 damage, but you could probably still have done like 500 or 600 damage per turn. It's really more, it feels like the difficulty with this dungeon, this bonus dungeon, is just those random super encounters. It's the yellow dragons and the abyss worms. The rest of the stuff down here is pretty weak. I say that as we get mauled to death by spiders and wolves. Okie dokie. Purple Forest. Also, I mean, normally you wouldn't have a free Judgment Staff to kill everything with ice, but, you know. Might as well use it if you got it. At least the Earth Gift Shrine is short enough that you probably shouldn't have MP problems. Like, you could probably burn a lot of relatively powerful spells in here without a lot of negative sides, just because it's just not long enough to really run through too much MP. I guess it depends on your luck with random encounters. Alright, so this time we're going to get through this floor way faster. No shortcuts or long cuts needed. I do have to admit that at the very least, the enemies in here have been buffed in experience enough that you might get a level up or two at our level 30 to 40 kind of range. In the vanilla Dawn of Souls game, basically everything in the Earth Gift Shrine gave you so little experience that it was never really worth fighting anything. Just, you're only going to get like 100 experience or 50 experience or something. So, just because of the way the experience curve and level scales went, it wasn't really worth your time, really. Now, a lot of these fights are not giving us very much, but I know that, you know, the ogres, for instance, they had a chance of giving us like 1000 experience, and that's, well, we're not such a high level that 1000 experience is worthless, basically. Ooh, Hundlegs. These guys are new. What do they do? Are they going to kill us terribly? I don't know if they're going to be strong to quake or anything. 47 damage, not too bad. Not that strong, okay. So these are definitely not like abyss worms. At least I don't think your early or your lower level party would have been wiped by this group. They still hit fairly hard, but I expect that fight would have been survivable at the lower levels. I really love how having a ribbon equipped... Oh, no ribbons, never mind. I take it back. Alright, we're on the final floor. We're doing good. We're making pretty good time blasting through these really fast. Alright, so we've got 2 more bonus bosses for this dungeon. We got Cerberus, who almost certainly uses fire magic. But you never know, maybe he uses other magic. Oh man, just imagine if we had the Sage's Surplus equipped. Melior would be doing even more damage. Oh, he does use Thunderbolt. Well, I'm glad we did Null Shock. Anyway, you did. Thief's Gloves. I don't think anyone that I have can equip them. Rogue, Enchanter, Ninja only. So that's some more money for us. So if you're watching along, like, I know we've already... Like, I'm still pretty sure that sequence-wise, you're supposed to come to the Earthgift Shrine, like, before you have the airship. So we're sort of seeing some equipment that we never got, or that we only got via shopping, basically. If there's anything you see in here that looks valuable earlier in the game, it might be worth coming through this dungeon right after fighting the Lich just for that. Like, so far, I mean, what have we picked up? Like, Thief's Gloves, not that good, unless you've got a Thief. Probably easiest to check from here. So we picked up Deathbringer, Thief's Gloves, and Gaia Gear. Like, Gaia Gear was pretty strong defense. I actually did equip that. So, especially if you've got a Battle Sage or whatever the pure black mage is. Like, that might be a worthy equipment choice early on. I'd be surprised if Deathbringer really had any chance this late into... It's great. I mean, it's an amazing weapon. I'm really glad I fought that boss and got the... I guess I should find out what it casts. I'm going to take a stab and say it casts the death spell. But we'll find out. It casts slow, I think? Was that what that was? Interesting. The Deathbringer spell theoretically casts slow. It was definitely a time elemental spell. And I can't imagine it casts stop. Stop is, like, really good. That's like a level 8 spell. One more up? No, this is it. I think. Yeah. What? Nope. That's how you get all those extra BlueAnkylo points. Congratulations, everyone. You got yourself another BlueAnkylo point for my dead end trip. Every time I make a wrong turn, you can give yourself a BlueAnkylo point. Alright, well, this will be our 4th and final visit through the Earthgift Shrine. We'll take out the final bonus boss, who's probably not going to be too much more difficult than the last ones. It's the two-headed dragon, I believe, whose claim to fame is really hard physical hits. And we're probably overgeared for all this stuff, so it's, you know, fairly smooth running. Now, that's not to say that bonus dungeons 2, 3, and 4 will be this easy. I mean, I'd expect the air bonus dungeon to be more difficult than the Flying Fortress, and that place was scary, so... Alright. Forest dealt with. One more desert. We really should find an Abyss Worm and get a kill on it, just so we can see how strong it is. If I can find the stairs quick, I will do an experiment. Alright. Save. And then we're just going to go super speed, and we're going to try for not a whole lot of time. We'll say like maybe 10 encounters, give or take. There we go. We didn't have to go that far. Okay. Double Abyss Worm. Do we actually have a chance here? I'm going to go with it's still kind of scary. So let's throw on some defenses. Like White Robe. And, Protera. No, let's go one protect, one invis, and then the weakling mages can just blink themselves. Now these guys, I should have started with null magic. I think they have a death attack. Wormhole. I wouldn't be surprised if it's death elemental. So we've got Lightbringer for stuff like that. And then we'll go a second Vanish and a second Protera. And then we should be good, so we'll start killing them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're strong to Quake, but we'll see. Alright, theoretically we should be fairly well protected now. And then at least after this we can see what their stats are. Again, I apologize if you have like epilepsy or something and this is causing you some pain. I don't like the blinking effect that much, it's just too blinky. Alright, they're going down really quick, we're fine. I don't think we would have been able to kill them at our lower level, but at this level, they're not that strong. Lots of experience, though. Not a bad fight in terms of reward, and I probably over-prepared for it. Let's see what their stats are. So an Abyss Worm does drop Mega Elixirs. Those are pretty good. About 2,000 HP. You could probably burn them down with ice, or freeze them out with ice. Not so much Quake. Anyway, there you go. Maybe not impossible at our previous attempt, but strong enough that I was a little bit concerned. And the Yellow Dragon actually drops Rune Staffs. That's pretty good. Alright, anyway, that was what I wanted to show off. We did it. It's not a war mech, but, you know, we're on the way to fighting a war mech one of these days. That treasure chest has been very reliable for silver apples. You know, it's not much, but if you just got 5 or 10 HP per run, just bonus permanent stat uppers from silver apples every time you did this dungeon, that would actually be relatively worthwhile. Like, it would take a very long time, but eventually you could have a lot of HP on your characters. That's not the kind of grinding I'm going to suggest you do. I'm just going to point out that it's not a terrible idea. It's pretty terrible. Let's just be honest. It's pretty bad. But at least while you're going through for other reasons, the extra HP is a nice bonus. I started off with it's pretty awesome to... Nah, it's never mind. It's pretty terrible. Alright, one more round. There we go. So, the final bonus boss of the Earth Dungeon. Up here, let's make sure we're healed up. May as well start at full HP at the very least. And say hello to everyone's favorite Final Fantasy III boss, the two-headed dragon. I don't know if he's going to do any elemental magic attacks. He's traditionally a physical hard hitter, basically. So it's probably good to get a little bit of Vanish and Protect on everybody. And just do some damage to him, I guess. Yeah, big attack, but we managed to evade. So he seems to have pretty good physical defense. We've got 1 evasion and 1 defense up, which is not very much, make no mistake. But I'm going to try to get the fighter, or Victus that is to say, doing a bit of damage. Get him hasted and tempered up, he should break through that defense. Bit better. It's classic. Alright. Wake yourself up. Quit being lazy. Victus, always sleeping on the job. Always sleeping on the job. Now he's like gonna die. But no, he only takes that bonus damage if he's sleeping while he gets hit. We should be able to get another stack of defenses on everybody and heal him up without too much trouble. I never bought Curaga, did I? Oh well. I bought those X potions. That's what the X potions are supposed to be for. Alright, I'm pretty sure, given the HP pools of the other bosses, that he should be going down pretty quick. We've got double protect, double invis on everybody. There we go. Got another level up. And some sword that I didn't read. It was another Vorpal sword? Why would I want another one of those? Let's have a look at his stats quick as we end this episode. Yeah, a free Vorpal sword out of it. No weaknesses. Pretty much just does physical. It's got a lot of HP. Maybe higher defense than the others. Slightly higher than Cerberus. Anyway, there you go. 1 bonus dungeon down. 3 to go. Unless we got the levels up for more magic, we'll probably go straight to fire for next episode. Oh, we do have level 7 magic. Oh, snap. Hold on. Hold the horses. Been a pretty long episode, guys. Now let's go get the magic, guys. I want some level 7 spells. Alright. So what do we want? Enchant would be pretty cool for buffing up Victus quickly. Petrify, I don't know. It's only single target. Some enemies are going to be weak to it, but Now there's going to be one more level 7 spell of each element, or of each black and white in Leafian. Oh, Diaga I should probably get. I think I can skip Null Magic because we can get that out of Lifebringer, which is really handy actually. Curaja, I wonder if we should really just be relying on X potions because they're not that expensive for mid-battle high healing. Like, just use these instead of worrying about wasting a spell slot on it. Because X potions are just full HP anyway. Yeah, okay, so we skip Curaja. And we skip Null Magic, but we want Diaga at the very least. Alright. And then I probably want Blizzaga. I'm trying to remember what the last 2 spells are at Leafian, and I guess I'm gonna have to make that walk over there, aren't I? Wouldn't be bad to have some speed drinks. We don't have a spell that strictly raises your agility. Although, if I buy whatever that saber type spell is, that will essentially give them, I think, extra attacks. Or, well, it would have. It would have given them accuracy originally, which would be every 32 accuracy would have been an extra attack per round. But because they changed the formulas in this game, I'm not sure if it'll have the same effect now. It's hard to say. I don't know for sure. But I think the last heal spell is here. And we definitely need someone with Healaga for like when we get nuked. And if it's basically gotta be Melior. So he has to have that. And then like Flay is really good too. Dang it, there's too many good spells at level 7. So the reason I wanted Flay on Melior was it's going to be like Comet except better. And but I've got Blizzaga and Flay that I both want on him. Shoot. Is it going to be more important to have a high damage single target spell or Ice Elemental multi-target? Oh, I'm out of money! I'm out of money! It doesn't even matter! I spent all my money, everybody! Oh, well, I could have sold some stuff. Dang it. It's been a very inefficient end of the episode trip. In terms of, speedily... I didn't buy Blizziga yet either. Jeez. Speedily getting through the end here. Alright. Get out of my way, Sandworm. I got shopping to do. I gotta end my episode. So, I know we can sell, like, the Thieves' Ring and stuff. We can sell the Vorpal Sword. Nobody wants that. At this point, the Sunblade is useless. We got a bunch of scimitars. Ogre Killer has been overwritten. Don't need ice shields. Don't need thieves' gloves. They're worth a lot of money. Alright, we got enough money now. Just barely. So, we can skip break. I want somebody to have enchants. It's gonna have to be Jade. And then you can have Blizziga because you don't learn much white magic. Which makes sense. You're like the black mage fighter guy. So then we're skipping Kirija. We got Heliga. I did need Heliga. That's really important. And I think Diaga is probably worth it, and he's the only one that's going to be able to learn it. So I guess like it kind of comes down to Diaga or Blizziga at this point. And I guess technically Blizziga can be on Jade, and then Diaga can be on Melior, even though I'd like to have him have both. He's going to miss enchant, and we're just going to go pick up Flay for him. Which I will do right now, just so I don't forget. I need to end the episode and go make dinner or something, so it's the end of my recording session. Let's show off Blizziga. Diaga won't actually work unless they're evil. Boom, Thundaga. Boom, Blizziga. Blizziga's a pretty good spell. Of all the Fire, Ice, Lightning, Aga tier spells, it does the most base damage, which is pretty awesome. We also have Flay, which is new. Now, Melior will be better at it, obviously, because of his intelligence. But it should still do... it did not do very much damage. I'll have to try it with Melior to see if it's more effective. Maybe this is a waste of money giving it to him. I don't know. Quake, though, that was some huge damage. Well, I guess what I mean is, like, it might not be worth it on Jade for single target because his physical attack is pretty good. But for Melior, who has no physical attack that's useful, Flay is, like, kind of required, I guess, is what I was thinking. So let's just test it out here. I think it's considered psychic damage as well, which is, who knows who's strong or weak to psychic. Or mind, or whatever they consider it for this mod. 785, there you go. 986. So that's... See, that's probably worth having. And I guess I should cast Heliga once just so you guys can see why I've considered this non-negotiable. Basically, if we're in a big boss fight and we're getting crushed, we need to be able to heal basically to full HP for the whole party every turn against some of the super bosses. Or else we're going to have a real hard time with Omega and Shinru, even the unmodded versions. So the modded versions, I don't even know if this will be enough, but at least we've got that, so... Anyway, I think that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the bonus Earth Dungeon, and I'm happy to have higher level magic. Like, that's half the battle is just getting your levels up, really. So, I definitely didn't want to go into Chaos's final dungeon without having access to our top level magic. I don't know if Beret's going to get level 7. Maybe, but we'll see. And I hope that Jade and Melior can get level 8 eventually, but obviously they're not there yet. Alright, folks, that's all for now, and thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.